Object-oriented programming, OOP, is a programming paradigm that is based on the concept of objects. An object is an instance of a class, which is a blueprint for creating objects. OOP is a popular paradigm used in many programming languages, including PHP. The four main principles of OOP are encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. Encapsulation is the concept of hiding the implementation details of an object from the outside world. This is achieved by making the properties and methods of the object private or protected, so they can only be accessed by other methods within the same class. This helps to maintain the integrity of the object and prevent external code from interfering with its internal state. Encapsulation is an important principle in OOP because it allows developers to create objects that are modular and reusable. By hiding the implementation details of an object, developers can change the implementation without affecting other parts of the code. This helps to reduce the complexity of the code and makes it easier to maintain. In PHP, encapsulation is achieved through visibility modifiers such as public, private, and protected. These modifiers control the access to class members. Public members can be accessed from anywhere, private members can only be accessed within the class, and protected members can be accessed within the class and its subclasses. Inheritance is the ability of a class to inherit properties and methods from another class. This allows for code reuse and makes it easier to create new classes that have similar functionality to existing ones. In PHP, inheritance is achieved through the extends keyword. Polymorphism is the ability of objects to take on multiple forms. This is achieved through the use of interfaces and abstract classes, which allow different classes to implement the same methods in different ways. Abstraction is the process of hiding the implementation details of an object from the user and presenting only the necessary information to them. This allows the user to focus on the essential aspects of the object and ignore the implementation details, which can often be complex and difficult to understand. In OOP, abstraction is achieved through the use of abstract classes and interfaces. Abstract classes are classes that cannot be instantiated but serve as a blueprint for creating concrete classes. They define a set of properties and methods that must be implemented by any class that extends them. Abstract classes are often used to create a hierarchy of classes that share similar characteristics, with each subclass adding its own unique features. Interfaces are similar to abstract classes in that they define a set of methods that must be implemented by any class that implements the interface. However, interfaces cannot contain any implementation details, only method signatures. This means that any class that implements an interface must provide its own implementation of the methods defined by the interface. One of the key benefits of abstraction is that it allows for modular code that is easy to maintain and update. By hiding the implementation details of an object, changes can be made to the implementation without affecting other parts of the code. This reduces the complexity of the code and makes it easier to manage. Abstraction also makes it easier to work with large and complex systems. By presenting a high-level view of objects and their functionality, developers can focus on the essential aspects of the system and ignore the implementation details. This makes it easier to understand how different parts of the system interact with each other and can help to identify potential problems early on in the development process. Another benefit of abstraction is that it makes it easier to reuse code. Abstract classes and interfaces provide a blueprint for creating new classes that have similar functionality to existing ones. This can save time and reduce the amount of code that needs to be written. Abstraction is an essential concept in OOP and is used extensively in many programming languages, including PHP. By hiding the implementation details of objects and presenting only the necessary information to the user, abstraction allows for modular, maintainable, and reusable code that is easy to work with and understand.